Continuing from the previous episode 2015. No. In the sky, above Lu Hao's body, the original manly skin was slowly being controlled by another soul in the body, and an extremely cold killing intent slowly replaced its bright aura, and at the same time behind Lu Hao, the angel's wings trembled and trembled, but Lu Hao gritted his teeth and said, as if he was resisting something, which was quite strange. When he killed Feng Xiaojun just now, he had already used his soul to kill the soul once because of his carelessness. If he were to use it at this time, the backlash Lu Hao would face would be extremely terrifying. After all, the soul power of slaughter is infinite, but the backlash that needs to be endured for this is also unimaginable for ordinary people. Susu. Looking at Lu Hao's posture, the Blood King Mo moved, and in an instant he came to him, a sea of blood rolled all over his body, and a touch of sarcasm emerged. The tyrannical Son of Light in the world of the Thousand Worlds is also only obedient in front of him. This honor and pride makes the Blood King Mo quite calm. This time, I won. Capturing the Son of Light. I will be the #1 hero of the evil race from outside the territory in the future. Ha ha ha. The crazy laughter stimulated Lu Hao's eardrums, and then the two souls slowly stalemate, with no result for a while. Strange, what is Lu Hao trying to have in his body? Below, Xiao Yan and the others were already lurking here, but Xiao Yan wondered when he saw this scene. The thing contained in Lu Hao's body even made Xiao Yan's Devil's Cube quite afraid. That kind of power is by no means an ordinary person. Go ahead, girl. Even if this Son of Light is ignorant and incompetent, his identity as a Son of Light must not fall into the hands of evil races outside the realm, otherwise our great world will have a real disaster. Peerless Heavenly Emperor was ready to go, watching Zuner said softly. At this moment, he couldn't care about Zuner's hatred for the Son of Light, so he could only speak helplessly. Let's do it. This guy can't die in your ancient clan, otherwise, where is the Holy See? It's hard to explain. After a while, when Lu Hao was in extreme pain and seemed helpless and could only be captured, Xiao Yan also said. N. With Xiao Yan's approval, Zuner's beautiful eyes slowly became solemn, and the strength of the middle stage of the 8-star fighting immortals was undoubtedly displayed, and there was an earth-shaking change from the appearance of the little daughter just now. Senior, the other evil things in the ancient prison will be entrusted to you. This is the space scroll given to me by a senior in the ancient clan, which can briefly avoid the pursuit. Buy 10 minutes for Zuner and me, and we will kill the Blood King Mo in person. Xiao Yan said in a deep voice. Gu Yuan and I will stop all the other powerhouses in the ancient prison. Don't worry, but this Blood King Mo's strength is too tyrannical, I'm worried. The Peerless Heavenly Emperor commanded the space scroll with a worried expression. Don't worry, we have the Holy Flame, and now we can only cover the water and earth with soldiers. That's it. Do it. Xiao Yan smiled slowly, then took Zuner's slender hand and approached the Blood King Mo. I have to say that this girl Zuner is still watery and delicate, and it seems that it was caused by swallowing the flames of the 9 profound Chongming. You dirty creatures. Watching the Blood King Mo walk towards him step by step, the angel wings behind him kept shaking, and he seemed to feel extremely terrifying pressure, and Lu Hao temporarily suppressed the slaughter soul going down. The corners of his mouth became sarcastic. If things go on like this, his dignified Son of Light will completely fall into the hands of an extraterritorial evil king-rank powerhouse. If this kind of thing spreads out, it will probably make countless powerhouses laugh. The Son of Light this year is actually such a short-sighted waste. It seems that this time, even God will not help you. I've changed my mind. Instead of arresting you, it's better to make this place your grave, isn't it beautiful? During the speech, the blood sea of King Mo rolled around, and suddenly condensed into a blood-colored evil sword. Above the evil sword the evil light was prosperous, and countless evil patterns showed appalling power, raised high above the head, and chopped directly at Lu Hao. The momentum was so great that it fell vertically like a sky curtain, making Lu Hao unable to avoid it, so he could only accept this devastating blow in a daze. You forced me. Seeing this scene, Lu Hao finally made up his mind and roared coldly. Immediately, a soul slowly occupied Lu Hao's body, and a powerful breath like a sleeping dragon woke up. Bang bang bang. Before Lu Hao's other soul was occupied, 2 figures wrapped in flames stepped directly through the void and immediately appeared beside Lu Hao. The attack one after another turned out to be in the hands of the Blood King Mo. The evil blood sword became fragmented. Xiao Yan? Gu Zuner? Looking at the sudden appearance of the two, Lu Hao's face was full of astonishment, and the soul of slaughter was held back in his body by him. If you don't want to die, just get away. On Zuner's body, a golden crow lingered with golden flames. Xiao Yan, who was attacking the Blood King Mo, just said something to Lu Hao with an aftertaste. Why can't I compare to him? At this moment, Lu Hao immediately became angry, an indescribable anger emerged, and he asked Gu Zuner directly. The figure in front of her is a top-quality product carefully carved by God. Whether it is beauty or temperament, she is the best choice. She is like the most perfect piece of jade, flawless and without any flaws. Only a guy as good as himself can be worthy of her. Xiao Yan, an unknown person, how could he sully such a high-ranking princess? It was a blasphemy against God's gift. Lu Hao would not tolerate Xiao Yan's life to continue to survive. If you let me hear any refutation about me in the future, I will kill you. He doesn't like it. Any enemy who blocks his way is my enemy. After a casual voice, Zuner's figure walked directly towards Xiao Yan. This time, the couple reunited after a long absence, and for the first time joined forces to deal with a foreign evil clan. For Zuner, a strong Wang rank, this is a long-lost happiness. Xiao Yan! Xiao Yan! Xiao Yan! Looking at the two figures standing in front of the Blood King Mo, the angel wings slowly retracted behind Lu Hao. He was already seriously injured in his body, but he couldn't care about this. His chest was full of lungs. About to explode. He is a dignified son of the Holy Court, bears a divine rune, has a lofty status, and is tyrannical. How could he even be incomparable to an unknown Xiao Yan? For a time, a wave of jealousy magnified infinitely in his heart, and even because of Gu Zuner's words just now, his last reason was indifferent. Gu Zuner, I'll make you regret it. Sooner or later, I will make you kneel at my feet and beg me for mercy, just wait. As soon as he finished speaking, Lu Hao disappeared. After Xiao Yan and others resolved the ancient prison disaster, they quietly left here. However, the seeds of jealousy and hatred in his heart buried the fuse for the future battle of life and death. Genius remembers the address of this site in 1 second. Mobile version reading website. Continuing from the previous episode 2016. Brother Xiao Yan, this guy is very strong. In the sky, in the asterisk of Senluo, the sea of blood was surging. There was only the demon baby who was about to be born, the Blood King Mo and Xiao Yan. The two joined forces to temporarily shake the Blood King Mo back. Immediately, Zuner's beautiful eyes were filled with solemnity. It's very strong, but now I can only rely on us. Xiao Yan's eyes flickered slightly. Just now, with the blessing of the fighting spirit, the dragon asterisk transformation, and the ancient ruler as a means of defense and attack, all these things could not stop the Blood King Mo. A simple blow, but this guy has a very strange sense of weakness. The powerhouse of the evil clan from the Wang rank domain with the perfection level of the 8-star fighting immortal is so terrifying. Little beast, it's bad for me. Seeing Xiao Yan and his wife appearing, but the child of light disappeared, the Blood King Mo was furious for a while, but the extremely sacred fire of holy flame on both of them made him unable to don't get serious. The self-destruction of the evil tool caused a lot of damage to him, and now facing the two masters of the holy flame, even he couldn't help but feel heartbroken. Brother Xiao Yan, I will attack, you will help me. After a while, Zuner was surrounded by golden light, and a terrifying temperature actually made Blood King Mo feel the slightest fear. This. Xiao Yan couldn't help rolling his eyes when he heard the words. The head of his dignified family would actually hide behind his wife. That's not what I meant. This guy is too strong, my strength can resist him very well, and I'm worried about Xiao Yan's brother. Seeing Xiao Yan sinking into thought, Zuner hurriedly explained with a blushing face, for fear of Xiao Yan will misunderstand his meaning. Obviously, even Zuner, who usually treats everything indifferently, has lost his sense in front of Xiao Yan. After all, this is the person he loves. Okay. Xiao Yan smiled lightly, and immediately the amber rock's soul fire and soul power in his body constantly interacted, making a feint for Zuner. The two holy flame controllers, since you are bad for me, then I will send you to hell. Let you be a pair of desperate mandarin ducks in hell. The Blood King Mo Tong was full of blood, and said with a supreme attitude of contempt for all living beings. The tone is not small, then let's see if you have the ability. The fire of the golden crow. Zuner snorted coldly, the icy killing intent and the sacred golden flame all around him intersected, like a lark swinging freely in Senluo hell. Every wriggling would bring endless sacred fire, cleansed of endless evil. The Blood King Mo, who was as tyrannical as the 8-star fighting fairy, was also injured because of this, causing him to be pinned down by Zuner. In the endless Senluo hell, a gloomy aura rose into the sky. Two sharp figures kept attacking, and one after another terrifying energy ripples spread everywhere, but Xiao Yan sat quietly on top of the void. A wave of terrifying fluctuations is flowing out of its body. The entire Senluo ** area is vast, and with the evil castle in the center and the battle between the two powerhouses in the sky, the depressing atmosphere has a very different impact. The blood of the ancients. Ancient ethnic pattern. Holy flame. A soft voice sounded, and Zuner's body was immediately covered with layers of golden holy clothes that protected every inch of her skin, as invincible as an ancient goddess of war. Damn it. After fighting for a moment, the Blood King Mo also noticed a little bit of something wrong, and immediately had the intention of retreating. This Gu Zuner is really a freak. With the blood of the ancient clan, the increase of clan marks and holy flames, it is indistinguishable from the injured self. After weighing, for the smooth arrival of the devil baby, the Blood King Mo is also indistinguishable. Only shook his head secretly. Let you all feel the song from hell. Shadows of all beings. Looking at the appearance of Xiao Yan and Zuner in the arena, an evil and charming black token slowly trembled in the hands of the Blood King Mo. Crack! With a sound, countless evil chi squirmed like a dark evil pattern, and flew out everywhere, and a door of space emerged. Kill them for me! A roar rushed towards the gate of space, and the Blood King Mo couldn't help laughing. In this ancient prison, in this space, everything is in the palm of his hand, even if these two are unable to fly today. Quote. In the gate of space, there was no creature, and no movement sounded. How is that possible? In an instant, the Gorfine's body shook suddenly, almost falling from the sky. Since he was promoted to the king rank and obtained the evil gear has been bound to his origin. Once the evil gear is damaged, he will be severely injured. The self-destructing evil gear was designed to obliterate the Son of Light, but the Son of Light was rescued by two holy flame controllers. These two guys had too much holy flame aura, and they were already seriously injured. The ship capsized in the gutter, and the gate of space was a one-way passage to the evil powerhouses of the ancient prison, enough to summon all their subordinates. But now this scene has far exceeded his expectations. It seems that Xiao Yan and the two came well prepared. Blood King Mo, your sins are extremely heinous, and you can do it on the spot today. Just when Blood King Mo was shocked, a ripple of energy, like an invisible giant net of amber, slowly entangled the entire Senluo hell. That is the power of the formation, and even in order to prevent the Blood King Mo from running away, Xiao Yan injected many powers such as Holy Flame and Soul Power. What kind of power is this? There is Holy Flame, Soul Power, and even a touch of unknown power that is extremely rare? Zuner gently came to Xiao Yan's side, her breath fluctuated one after another, and she looked at the amber-colored giant net around her and muttered slowly. Zuner, join hands with me, use the source of Holy Flame, and suppress him together. After a while, Xiao Yan elegantly stretched out his palm towards Qianying beside him, and said hurriedly, Do you think you can seal and suppress me with this little power? It's ridiculous. Seeing that the amber-colored giant net was filled with three strange powers, the Blood King Mo froze in the sky and sneered. Indeed, if it is the peak period of the dignified and powerful kings of the evil clan from outside the realm, the two of us now have only a share of fall. But if it is a seriously injured king rank, relying on 6 holy flames, I don't know if. Xiao Yan and Zuner clenched their palms tightly, and immediately said in unison. 6 sacred flames? Listening to Xiao Yan's words, the Blood King Mo's expression finally became solemn. The 35th of the Holy Flame list, Huoxin Tianyan. The 24th on the Holy Flame list, Ghostface Ghost Flame. The 18th on the Holy Flame list, the Immortal Holy Flame. Number 17 on the Holy Flame list, Immortal Fire. Number 15 on the Holy Flame list, Acacia Heartbroken. With a cold snort, the holy flames of each of the 5 colors were directly separated from Xiaoyan's 5-color new-born amber rock soul fire, each entrenched in the sky, shows the supreme splendid holy power. 5 holy flames coexisting as one? Looking at the things entrenched on Xiaoyan's body, the Blood King Mo's pupils suddenly shrank, the source of evil energy in his body beating wildly, and a breath of death and destruction slowly lingered out. To suppress and seal the evil clan outside the realm, the only way to use the most primitive power of the holy flame to integrate the holy flame is inferior at this time. Fortunately, Xiaoyan can easily decompose it. And the 8th on the holy flame ranking, the 9 mysteries Chongmingyan. Seeing Xiaoyan's terrifying figure, Zuner smiled lightly, a golden flame turned into a golden crow, and went towards Xiaoyan. The King of 6 Flames, the ordeal of the ancient prison will end here. Xiaoyan's figure skyrocketed, and endless holy light emanated from the 6 holy flames. The divine aura is constantly released. Compared to Xiaoyan holding the ancient ruler, the dazzling holy pattern makes the Blood King Mo unable to move, and the 90,000 array patterns formed by the soul power, the holy flame power and the spiritual power will all retreat from the Blood King Inc. Completely blocked. At this moment, the corners of Blood King Mo's eyes were extremely heavy, and it was a fool's dream to use his severely injured body to resist the power of the 6 holy flames. Obviously this time, the Blood King Mo is probably doomed. Genius remembers the address of this site in 1 second. Mobile version reading website. Continuing from the previous episode 2017. Impossible. Impossible. A trace of tremor emerged from the body of the Blood King Mo, and even deep within his body, a wave of fear spread uncontrollably. The power of the 6 holy flames far exceeded his expectations. Even he could not resist this extreme power. Let's stay here forever. Xiaoyan is condescending. His whole body is splendid and glorious, with the blessings of Fenju and Ggu Kai. The power of flame purification is incomparably powerful, and the aura of the whole person is extremely sacred. Blood Sea Magic Whip. Break this seat. This seat is absolutely impossible to fall into the hands of et al. Seeing Xiaoyan's body slowly entwining the 6 holy flames, igniting the dim holy pattern on the ancient ruler, the Blood King Mozai did not dare to hesitate. All the power in the body burst out from the sky like rolling thunder, killing Xiaoyan. Although the 6 holy flames are strong, as long as Xiaoyan is killed, everything will be solved. No need. Seeing the golden flames around Zuner's body, the golden crows crawled quietly. Once the Blood King Mo attacked, Zuner would resist without hesitation, but Xiaoyan smiled softly. Eternal Ruler. The King of 6 Flames. A wild and unrestrained voice sounded like a god's mansion punishing the evil people in the world. The Sanskrit sound was high-pitched and extremely sacred. Weng Om! In an instant, 6 holy flames directly wrapped the ancient ruler, protecting the ancient ruler like petals, and the unprecedented holy patterns on the ancient ruler illuminated the entire Senluo hell. Boom! A deafening voice sounded, and immediately in the entire space, countless sinister auras were completely enveloped by Xiaoyan's formation and could not escape. At this moment, in this eerie Senluo hell, it has transformed into a real lava purgatory. The ancient ruler gently waved towards the Blood King Mo, and a swipe of the holy fire of purifying that was destroying the dead and the rotten, swept out. 6-color gorgeous flame. The center of the flame is wrapped with a milky white holy pattern ruler, and its aura is unmatched. No! Seeing that his power was completely penetrated by Xiaoyan in an instant, the Blood King Mo finally realized that the 6 holy flames and the dull holy pattern on the ancient ruler finally made his memory tremble. It was the supreme weapon of the Holy King during the First World War. Crash! With a sound, the Blood King Mo's body was completely submerged under the 6 petals of the Holy Ruler, and the entire body quickly disappeared. However, the whole body of the source of evil, surrounded by 6-color petals, was obviously completely suppressed. Peeved. With the suppression of the Blood King Mo, countless lonely ghosts in the entire Senluo *** let out horrific roars and screams. They were originally the nourishment of the devil infant, but now they were easily eliminated and purified by Xiaoyan. Right. Hoo-hoo. After doing all this, watching the evil aura in Senluo's *** quickly subside, Xiaoyan's body was out of control, and he staggered and fell from the sky. This seemingly simple blow drew almost all of Xiao Yan's vindictive energy. "Brother Xiao Yan, are you all right?" Zuner's eyes were quick, her delicate body moved, and Qing Qing held Xiao Yan in his arms, and asked with concern in a soft voice. "No, it's fine." Feeling the warmth and softness so close at hand, Xiao Yan's heavy eyelids finally fell gently. He didn't fall into a coma, he was just rather weak, he just enjoyed this unmissable opportunity. Huh. After a while, Zuner also noticed something. The person in his arms was quite restless, his mind was shaking back and forth, and he didn't know if he touched some other things intentionally or unintentionally. The behavior was quite wrong, but Zuner also with just a light snort, the blush on the cheeks became more and more obvious. Crash! As for the other side, the Blood King Mo's origin was sealed, and he was stuck in the sky, unable to move, and the evil aura in the entire Senluo *** was enveloped by the remaining 6 color petals. Back clean. Quote. The entire space was dead silent, with only a trace of evil aura running around and making angry low-pitched roars. In addition, the last trace of Blood King Mo's origin was extremely quiet. Obviously, his power and his consciousness were all destroyed by Xiao Yan completely beheaded, and it would take a very long time to regain the peak of light with such a trace of origin. The trip to the ancient prison should be over. Zuner looked around and said happily, "Well, it's over. Zuner, go and help the peerless Heavenly Emperor seniors first, I'll rest here." Xiao Yan said with a grin. "Okay." Zuner agreed. A pure force was sent into Xiao Yan's body, and immediately his body was as light as a lark, and went away to the outside world. The Blood King Mo is dead, so the remaining shrimp, soldiers and crabs are naturally nothing to be afraid of, but now Xiao Yan is quite weak and only himself can come forward. Bang bang! After Zuner left, half of the territory in Senluo's ** was purified, and it was only a matter of time before the remaining evil aura was purified and wiped out. "Come here for me." Xiao Yan was not polite, he waved his hand directly, and pocketed the last trace of the Blood King Mo's origin. Anyway, he had a way to investigate the information. Crackling. Just as Xiao Yan waved his palm, a dark shadow as fast as a ghost suddenly appeared, and the evil source suppressed by the 6 color holy flame petals disappeared in front of Xiao Yan out of thin air. "What? Get out of here." Seeing this, Xiao Yan frowned. Fighting spirit, soul power and holy flame emerged together. "Susu, thank you very much." Facing Xiao Yan's roar, a rather hoarse voice echoed in the sky. "Magic baby?" Xiao Yan heard the words and couldn't help but look up. "I saw a figure surrounded by blood-colored energy slowly emerging in midair. His body was like a human child in his teens, but it was strange that apart from his hands, feet, and eyes, he had nothing left. The place below is actually full of rare blood-colored energy. Oh, it turns out to be a half-finished product." After blinking, Xiao Yan also smiled with relief. The power of this guy was floating, and he didn't even reach the level of the 8-star fighting immortal. It's not a semi-finished product. I am the king of the alien race. Humble human beings, feel my... The blood-colored demon infant roared with fury when he heard the words. It's not a good habit to learn to intimidate others at such a small child. Xiao Yan's body appeared beside the demon baby like a ghost. He easily lifted it with one hand, and said with a smile, "Let me go. I am the king of the evil clan outside the realm. You are slack towards the future king. Be careful, I will kill you." The demon baby roared with claws and claws, but unfortunately it didn't help. "I can't believe that the Blood King Mo has led the army here for so many years, and finally created a half-finished evil baby. Let's drown here together. It is your best belonging." Xiao Yan nodded slightly, and immediately grabbed the ghost in his hand. "Throw it at the purification center in the explosion circle. Genius remembers the address of this site in 1 second. Mobile version reading website. Continuing from the previous episode 2018. Dong dong dong. The blood-colored demon baby was just thrown into the explosion center of Senluo Hell, and suddenly bursts of harsh voices sounded. "It's not enough, give it to me." Seeing this, Xiao Yan saw the 5 holy flame crystals separated from his body, and immediately threw the 5 holy flame origins directly into the center of the explosion. All the evil energy here must be completely purified, and the power of the demon infant and Blood King Mo must be completely smashed, otherwise it will be extremely troublesome for them to make a comeback in the future. Bang bang bang. In an instant, the strangely arranged 8 golems shattered at the same time, and the last power of the Blood King Ink of the Sky Demon Infant was completely turned into dust and disappeared here. Crash! The power of many strong men had just been extinguished, and in the endless dark void of the sky, a crystal door of light slowly emerged. The crystal door of light descended here as if it had stepped through the shackles of many spaces. An unprecedented terrifying force suppressed Xiao Yan, and above the door of light, there were faint black fine lines adorning it extremely gloomy. It seems that the door of light is like a Pandora's box containing evil people. It is very charming, and the power contained in it has subverted Xiao Yan's cognition. What is this? Seeing that the crisis around him was resolved, Xiao Yan couldn't help but look at the crystal door of light, but with Xiao Yan's strength he was unable to detect the slightest, and even the backlash made Xiao Yan quite uncomfortable. I can only wonder for a while. Squeak! With a sound, the crystal light door opened automatically, and a scene of afterimages like a memory corridor slowly appeared in the sky. This is the meeting of the kings of the evil tribes outside the territory? Seeing this, Xiao Yan's pupils shrank violently, and he carefully looked at the afterimage above the sky, and several huge handwritings appeared. In the afterimage of the sky, it is the afterimage of the meeting of the kings of the evil race outside the territory. It is obviously that the Blood King Mo has participated in the meeting of the kings before, but all the information about the meeting has been sealed in the depths of his memory, and now with him the fall, this memory is naturally released automatically. Zoo. It was an extremely dim earth. Countless evil lights flickered on the earth, as numerous as stars. All of them exuded a sinister aura, and even had a lot of aura. Xiao Yan looked at it and saw that there was a feeling of numbness in the scalp. Too strong. Among those strengths and numbers, there are many strong men in the samsara. And on this barren and dark land, somewhere *** an evil abyss stood out. The abyss was like a spiraling vortex. At a glance, countless light spots flickered. The density was even Xiao Yan's. All felt heart palpitations. 128? Xiao Yan counted it carefully, and found that there are 128 stars in total. Combining the information he just sensed, he said solemnly, among the extraterritorial evil races, there are 128 strong people above the king rank? Xiao Yan couldn't help but click his tongue in surprise. Since it's all here, let's start. After the sigh, the 128 light groups surrounded by evil aura became quiet at the same time, and the first few light groups at the bottom of the vortex made a sound at the same time. The voice was indifferent, but it gave Xiao Yan a strong tremor. That kind of oppression was more tyrannical than any previous force. These guys did not show their true faces, but the representatives of the light groups wrapped in their evil aura seemed to be just a trace of evil sources gathered together for a meeting. My esteemed evil gods, now that our army of evil tribes from outside the territory has assembled, we can attack the great thousand world. Some evil groups behind the vortex abyss said with a respectful voice. Well, it's been a long time since the First World War, and the overall strength of our alien race has almost recovered. It's time. A few unusually bright evil groups at the bottom spoke, with awe-inspiring evil spirits, and the evil spirits surged out into the sky. This time we are prepared, and we will definitely succeed in capturing countless territories in the Great Thousand World. But now, the entire Great Thousand World is in crisis. The demon emperor of the demon world has been broken, and his strength is advancing by leaps and bounds. Several kings in the 2 demon-suppressing prisons have been completely beheaded by them. Several evil gods at the bottom flickered and whispered, monstrous killing intent and anger is evident. Gotcha! For a while, a trace of anger emerged from the entire space. Apart from that, in the Buddha world, the ghost world, the demon world, and the demon world, human powerhouses are also emerging one after another. After a while, the evil king who was in charge of intelligence continued. Tell me all the information. The first few evil gods also said. Now the human world is the most difficult to deal with. A strong man named Lin Dong stepped into samsara, built his own martial arts, and resisted the pace of our army's attack. And the palace of the West Heaven, the emperor of 100 battles in the mouths of mankind, has unrivaled fighting power, and has successively destroyed many troops and kings of our foreign evil tribes. I am afraid that it will not be able to successfully break through from here. The hill of the northern wilderness, the land of 10,000 tombs, the undead lord suppresses the heavens and the earth, forming natural dangers to block our army. The demon emperor of the demon world is also forming a force, eyeing and guarding the cracks in the demon world, so that we can be attacked from the back. The strong people in the center of the human world even sent strong people to strictly guard the cracks in the planes in the respective realms of the 7 worlds. One after another, the information about the giant-like characters in the thousands of worlds was lined up one by one. Come out. I know, however, the 9-eyed evil god has already brought the army of alien demons to the lower realm quietly, trying to obliterate the so-called Lin Dong. As for other places, keep the troops on hold. The martial realm is the easiest place for us to enter the Great Thousand World, where the guards are the weakest. Once the 9-eyed heretic god succeeds, our army will overwhelm the realm, and the Second World War will break out. Get ready, when the real feast comes, my emperor will definitely not treat you badly. The evil asterisk said with a mighty voice. After the vortex below, the kings heard the words. The light group flickered, and the scorching heat could no longer be stopped. In addition, we can start to investigate the detailed information in the Great Thousand Worlds, and rescue the several evil gods who have been suppressed and sealed. At that time, our chances of winning are even greater. The first few evil gods said. By the way, Lord Heretic God, on the Do-D continent of the human world, it seems that a trace of a descendant of the Shao clan has been discovered, and there is a lot of information indicating that the destruction of several small and medium races, including the Blood Demon clan, is all related to him. Do you think? Some suspicious voices sounded. Doyan continent. Blood King Mo and Xie Charm Scholar are not in the ancient world. Let them do it. In addition, send people to inquire more. In the Second World War, we can only win and not lose. The majestic voice was like the sound of nature, shaking the hearts of countless evil groups. That kind of power transcends reincarnation, but has reached the real supreme state. Daqin world, there were countless geniuses who were desperately protecting you last time, but this time, I see how you can resist our monstrous offensive. Wait, sooner or later, we will capture this fertile territory. Quote. The voice reverberated for a long time, but that immediate aura was far beyond all things. It was truly above all things in the world. Genius remembers the address of this site in 1 second. Mobile version reading website. Continuing from the previous episode 2019. Zhu. Xiao Yan looked at the afterimages left in the void, trembling with fear, and trembling emerged, and even the blood in his body instantly solidified, and beads of sweat the size of beans kept dripping. Thank you very much. After the breath, Zhen Yu Kai and Dian Jia exuded a gentle aura at the same time, resisting the sky-shaking oppression conveyed in the afterimage, and Xiao Yan felt a lot better. Crack! With a sound, the afterimage of the void dissipated in an instant. Although this was only a small part of the afterimage of the memory of the meeting of the kings of the evil race outside the territory, it was enough for Xiao Yan. Through the afterimage just now, Xiao Yan seems to have discovered that among the evil races outside the realm, there is another existence called the evil gods that surpass the king rank. The number of evil gods may only be the number of one hand, but their strength is far beyond that. Reincarnation stepped into another realm. So after the reincarnation, it is not a fighting god? What hidden hierarchy is there? However, these are not things that Xiao Yan should consider now. Maybe when his strength reaches that level, everything will come to light. Breathing heavily, watching the countless evil energy around him dissipate, Xiao Yan also sat down, not thinking about other things for the time being, and regaining his strength with peace of mind. At the same time, in the ancient prison, without the support of the 3 giants, with the actions of Zuner and the peerless heavenly emperor, the evil people in the entire ancient prison, the time of a stick of incense, is the death of death. The repression of the repression was completely swept away by a few people. Brother Xiao Yan. After the ancient prison disaster was resolved, Zuner rescued many of the imprisoned powerhouses by the way. Although it was only a wisp of soul, but fortunately, the number was huge, and everyone was considered to have a decent power. Not long after, Zuner ran to the bottom of the ancient prison in a hurry. Seeing the arrival of Zuner, Xiao Yan smiled softly and stood up in an instant. The injuries in his body had already recovered. It's all settled? Xiao Yan hugged Zuner in his arms and couldn't help but *** it hard, and a strange fragrance came to his nostrils, which was quite tempting. Yep, the evil people remaining in the ancient prison have all been resolved, but here are only the soul bodies of the elders of the ancient clan. It seems that their bodies are still in the core of the ancient clan. Zuner also said quite playfully, the silver bell-like voice is so close, it is quite pleasant to hear. It seems that the core of the ancient clan still has to go. However, Blood King Mo's king building plan and the demon baby have been completely disintegrated by us. Another king at the core of the ancient clan, shouldn't there be any movement, right? Xiao Yan tried to analyze. First integrate the army, then leave the ancient prison and go to the dozens of vassal cities of the ancient tribe to join forces with them, and the rest is to discuss countermeasures. I always feel that the core of the ancient clan is the final chapter of this catastrophe. After a while, Xiao Yan gave a solution. Okay, but this time, you have to go with me. Slightly. Zuner made a face at Xiao Yan quite smartly and pleasantly, took Xiao Yan's broad palm, and walked towards the outside together. Her eyes were quite satisfied and happy. You girl. Xiao Yan looked at Zuner so happy and had no choice but to let her drag her out. After the rest, there was a stone room on the second floor of the ancient prison. This is a rather empty stone room, apparently used as a temporary meeting room. At this time, in addition to Xiao Yan, Zuner, Ji Yuan, and the peerless emperor, there are dozens of colorless and transparent souls. Body quietly appeared here, and the atmosphere was extremely strange for a while, but the power contained in these soul bodies was not to be underestimated, and there was even a terrifying fluctuation that touched reincarnation. Elders, I believe you should be clear about the situation now. Seeing that no one spoke, Zuner stood up, looked around with her beautiful eyes, and then spoke lightly. There was no weakness in her voice, but a touch of unquestionable majesty. The elders present are all core members of the ancient clan, and among them there is a complete powerhouse of the 8-star fighting immortals. This level of powerhouses will actually be plotted against by the Blood King Mo. It can be seen that their ancient clan's defense is really full of holes. However, among the many powerhouses rescued, only the patriarch of the ancient clan and the souls who were in charge of some strategic powerhouses in the ancient clan disappeared, and they did not know where they went. Our elders will remember the great achievements of the saints in our hearts, but it is not easy to go to the core of the ancient clan. Our body is not yet clear, but we are worried about the time. The souls of several of the ancient clan's prestigious elders are worried. They still have the core of the ancient clan in their bodies. It is impossible for them to live in peace with the means of the evil clan outside the territory. What they are afraid of are those who rule the core of the ancient clan. Source, but I'm innocuous. But if they rely on their soul state to fight against the evil, once they fall, it will be a real death. These old guys. Xiao Yan rubbed his head weakly when he heard the words, and immediately stood up. All the evil races from outside the territory below the late stage of the 8-star Do Xian can be handed over to me. Xiao Yan said in a rather contemptuous tone, in order to create an extremely tyrannical oppression. You? Just relying on your mere strength in the late stage of the 7-star fighting immortals? As soon as Xiao Yan's voice came out, dozens of negative voices emerged. Boy, do you know where this is? You have to recognize the facts. If it weren't for the extraordinary relationship between you and the Holy Maiden, do you think you would be qualified to be on an equal footing with us? The late stage of the 7 stars fighting immortals is really too weak. Several elders of the ancient clan couldn't help but sneered. After all, apart from Xiao Yan and Ji Yuan, the ones with the lowest strength are also in the early stage of the 8-star fighting immortals. Is it okay? Xiao Yan didn't say more, but turned his eyes slightly to face Zuner. Just don't die. Zuner had an indifferent tone, as if she didn't care about the elder's life or death. As long as Xiao Yan gave an order, she would follow Xiao Yan back to the endless fire territory without any hesitation, and would not interfere with any ancient clan. Matter. Bang bang bang. With a sound, Xiao Yan's body, a soul body that was exactly the same as the main body, emerged, and immediately slapped the elder who had made a rude remark. Boom. The sound was just an easy slap from the soul power. The soul body of the elder who had just made a rude remark, as if he had been fatally attacked, was shot backwards and flew out, covered in scars and quite embarrassed. Gulu, how is that possible? In an instant, there was silence in the stone room, and the remaining elders who were still hostile looked at Xiao Yan in astonishment, looking shocked. The soul power that Xiao Yan released just now, even the patriarchs of their ancient clan never possessed it. Zuner is my wife if she hadn't taken the inheritance of your ancient clan, and because of that senior's agreement to help the ancient clan survive this catastrophe, I would take her back immediately. Don't pretend to be an ancient super race to be wrong. Back then, on the 7 peaks of immortal creation, how did the other 6 peaks treat my wife, except for the first peak ruled by the peerless heavenly emperor predecessors? Don't you know? If it wasn't for my husband and wife trying to kill the Blood King Mo before, I'm afraid you old fellows would have completely turned into the nourishment of the alien race. There's no room for you to come here to bargain for me. If you are willing, take Zuner as the new patriarch, and my husband and wife will spare no effort to help the ancients get through the difficulties. If you don't agree, we will leave immediately. Whoever wants to clean up this kind of mess can clean it up. Xiao Yan roared in a series of roars, obviously extremely angry, and dragged Zuner out without looking back. Sir Xiao Yan, don't get angry, we agree. After a few minutes, with the elder of the ancient clan taking the lead, the core members also nodded slowly. Up to now, only by relying on Xiao Yan and Zuner's holy flames can they hope to solve the disaster of the ancient clan. If they leave, the ancient clan will probably never be saved. Genius remembers the address of this site in 1 second. Mobile version reading website.